All right, hello and welcome to MADS 4102. This is it. This is where we go from being web developer apprentices to true full-stack professionals. We're about to dive deep into the technologies that power the modern web, so let's get right into it. Okay, let's get one thing straight. This isn't just another class. This is your mission, and your objective to completely master the entire technology stack, from what the user sees in their browser all the way to the database and back again. All right, cadets, welcome aboard. Up until now, your training has probably been focused on the front end, crafting what the user sees and interacts with. Well, now you're going to advance to command the full arsenal of back-end technologies that really drive professional-grade applications. So what's the real difference here? Well, front end is just the tip of the iceberg. It's what happens in the browser. Full stack? That's everything else. We're talking about the server that handles requests, the database that stores all the information, and the application logic that connects it all together. It's like you've been building the dashboard of a car. Now we're going to engineer the entire engine. So how in the world do we build that engine? Well, the key is taking a language you already know, JavaScript, and basically giving it superpowers to run on the server. And the piece of technology that makes all of this possible is Node.js. You gotta understand, before 2009, JavaScript was basically stuck inside the web browser. It was trapped. But then, a developer named Ryan Dahl had this totally brilliant idea. He took Google's incredibly powerful V8 JavaScript engine, the same one that runs in Chrome, wrapped it up and set it loose on the server. And just like that, Node.js was born, and this whole idea of JavaScript everywhere became a reality. And this is the key thing to wrap your head around. Node.js isn't a framework or a library. It's a runtime environment. It's the whole system that lets you run your JavaScript code anywhere, on your own machine, on a server in the cloud, not just in a browser. This concept is the foundation for absolutely everything we're going to build. And this is its superpower, asynchronous, non-blocking I/O. Sounds complicated, right? But think of it this way. In most systems, if you ask for a file, everything just stops and waits for that file to be ready. Node.js doesn't wait. It kicks off the request, immediately moves on to the next thing, and just gets a little tap on the shoulder when the first task is done. This makes it insanely efficient and able to handle thousands of connections at once. Okay, so to actually use all this power, you're going to need the right tools. Your primary arsenal is going to be built around two key things: NPM, the Node Package Manager, and Express, a super fast and minimalist web framework. The moment Node.js was created, it paved the way for npmjs.com. And get this, the NPM registry hosts over 2 million free, reusable packages of code. That's 2 million pre-built solutions just waiting for you to use. Honestly, the best way to think about NPM is like a massive Lego store. You wouldn't build a Lego car wheel from scratch, right? No, you just go to the store, grab the wheel piece with a simple command, and snap it right into your project. That's NPM. And one of the first, most important pieces we're going to grab from that store is called Express.js. It's a flexible framework that gives us a solid set of features for building our web apps and APIs. Think of it as the traffic cop for your server, directing all the requests and sending back responses. And the best part about Express? It's just so simple. Look at this. With just a handful of lines of code, you can create an app. You can tell it what to do when someone visits your main page, like, hey, just send back hello world. And then you tell the server to start listening. That's it. You've just built a web server. All right, a server is great and all, but it's pretty useless without data, right? It needs some intelligence. For this mission, our intel is going to come from MongoDB, and we'll be using JSON as our universal data format. So you might be used to traditional databases, rigid tables with rows and columns. MongoDB is different. It's what we call a NoSQL database. It stores data in these flexible documents that look almost exactly like JavaScript objects, which makes it a perfect natural fit for the kind of applications we're building. And the language that ties this whole system together? It's JSON, JavaScript Object Notation. Your front end speaks it, your Express server understands it, and your MongoDB database stores it. It is literally the universal translator for our entire application. So what does this data document even look like? It's this simple. It's just a key value pair, exactly like you'd see in a JavaScript object. It's human readable, super easy to work with, and really intuitive once you get going. Okay, we've got the engine, we've got the arsenal, we've got the intel, but to build something that's actually scalable and professional, we need a strategy, we need a battle plan, and that plan is called Model View Controller, or MVC.
Now, MVC isn't a piece of software you install. It's a design pattern. It's a way of thinking. It's like organizing your code into a special ops team, where every single member has a very specific job. This is how pros build huge maintainable systems without it turning into a tangled mess.
So let's break down that team. First, you've got the model. That's your data expert. It's the only part of your code that talks directly to MongoDB. Then you've got the view. That's your presentation specialist. It's the HTML that the user actually sees in their browser. And finally, you have the controller, which is powered by Express. Think of it as the project manager, taking requests and coordinating between the model and the view to get the job done.
All right, you've had your mission briefing. Now it's time to get your gear ready. Here are your first orders to get prepared for the operations ahead.
Okay, first things first, head over to npmjs.com and get your account set up. You'll need it. Next, you got to install Node.js and NPM on your machine. This is the absolute backbone of the entire course. And finally, make sure your development environment in VS Code is configured and ready for action. As you're working through this course, I want you to remember this. You're not just doing homework. Every single line of code you write is a step closer to operational readiness. You are building real skills, moving closer to becoming a mission-ready, full-stack professional. So, with this whole new stack at your command, the possibilities are literally endless. So I want you to start thinking about it right now. What project are you going to build first?